Look, guys, it's no secret that you can fly through Sophia courses. I've heard of people knocking out a 3-credit Sophia course in under 4 hours, which is crazy. But Sophia keeps changing their courses all the time. They'll add a touchstone, which is basically their way of saying an essay or, a recorded project, or they'll make it slightly longer. They'll add a new course. So today, the goal is to share with you the top 20 easiest, quickest Sophia courses that you can use. Whether your goal is to earn 3 credits by the end of the day, 10 credits by the end of the week, 30 credits by the end of the month, or even 90 credits by the end of the next 8 weeks, we are going to give you exactly what you need to be able to build that plan. And let's go ahead and fly through the first, spots 20 through 11 so we can get on to the really good stuff. At spot number 20, we have Art History 1, which has 16 challenges, which are like little mini quizzes that are each connected to basically what's a chapter. Then we've got 5 milestones, which are like tests that are each attached to either, a full unit or to the course as a whole as like the final milestone. And then we have 1 touchstone, which is their, little essay. And that this one in particular is 4 to 5 pages long. That's longer than anything else you're going to see on this entire list, but it's also not super difficult because, again, this is Art History 1, which is not generally a very difficult topic. You would think that critical thinking would be harder than it is, but apparently it's not. It's just that we humans tend to refuse to do it. But you can't refuse it if you want to finish number 19 fast. That is critical thinking. We've got 13 chapters, 4 milestones, and then a touchstone where you kind of have to look at an issue from both sides and create an argument for either side. Anytime I see a course that's like about college or about your career, like that is going to be an easy course because in the end, it's about you and your journey or your path. And so even if you have to write something, you're just writing about yourself. And who doesn't like writing about themselves? 8 challenges, 4 milestones, and then, yes, you guessed it, a touchstone where you are writing about yourself, right? A success narrative, talking about personal goals and your plan to achieve said goals. Oh my gosh, is there anything easier than that? At number 17, microeconomics, which is something that almost all of us have taken in high school. We've got 12 challenges, 4 milestones, 0 touchstones, kind of just get in and get it done. You could probably finish it by the end of the day, as you can with most of these. At number 16, U.S. History 2, which incidentally we're kind of living in right now and we've been alive for part of. So that's part you don't really have to study for, I guess. But it's only 16 challenges, 5 milestones, 1 touchstone that's basically just a small analysis. This course, before it got the touchstone, I would regularly hear of people knocking out in 4 hours. The touchstone makes it a little bit harder and you do have to wait for Sophia to grade it. Still very quick. Then at number 15, we have Introduction to College Mathematics. Guaranteed, I think, I'll almost guarantee that it is going to be the easiest math course that you'll ever take. It's math for people who don't like math. At the same time, keep in mind with a lot of these courses that your school that you've chosen to go to may not accept them. And if you're not sure about that, you want some help figuring it out, sign up for a consultation with us at the link in the description. We'll help you graduate college quickly and inexpensively so you can build a career that you love. We'll keep you from being one of those people who goes and is like, just discovers Sophia for the first time and they're like, oh man, this is so amazing. And then they take like 40, 50, 60 Sophia courses over 3 months and then they come to us with like 150 credits worth of Sophia. We're like, dude, you can only use 90 of those. I'm so sorry. And then we help them, finish up and graduate. But yeah, don't waste your time and we'll be happy to help. At number 14, we have U.S. History 1. A little bit harder for some of us to remember. It typically goes up to about the Civil War / Reconstruction. 12 challenges, 5 milestones, 1 touchstone. That's just reading and analyzing 2 pieces of historical evidence. At number 13, we have what basically amounts to like a long workplace intelligence seminar, conflict resolution. This one is one of those common sense topics as well, where you don't have to be a genius to figure it out. You just have to not be a jerk, basically. And if there is conflict in a workplace, you have to sort of know like, oh man, if I punch this guy in the eye, that would be the wrong decision. If I say passive aggressive things behind his back, that would also be a bad idea. Maybe I should go talk to HR. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit more to it than that, but it's going to be an easy one. You're going to be surprised by the one I've put here at number 12 because it actually has 2 touchstones. These are 300 to 600 word essays, which if you don't know, that's like 1 to 2 pages double spaced on a Microsoft Word. But the reason Ancient Greek Philosophers is number 12 is because it only has 4 challenges and 1 milestone. Just a final. Like, that's crazy. I mean, that kind of amounts to basically just like one module, and then they're really focusing on the essays. So you are going to have to wait for them to grade the essays. You'll have to write one, wait, write the other, and then wait for it to get back. So this would take a little bit longer, but it's still going to be really easy, especially because when you're writing these essays, there's not going to be a lot of material for you to have to review to be able to figure out what you need to say. And then we have lifespan development. Quick show of hands, who has a body? Okay, cool. I see those hands out there. It's 20 chapters and 6 milestones, so it's a bit, but it's mostly just about how your body grows, like from being a pre-baby to being dead, like somewhere along the continuum. It just basically talks about how your brain and your body grow. It's easy to contextualize the information you learn in this course to your own lived experience and what you already know about the human body. Okay, number 10. Foundations of Statistics, another math one, but again, this is going to be the easiest statistics class you'll ever take, and it's only 5 chapters and 3 milestones. Like, they are going over like the bare minimum basics of statistics in this course, and honestly, it'll be really useful stuff. Like, we live in a world that's kind of built on statistics, actually applicable and practical for you as you're reading the very news, reading your social media feeds, seeing stats thrown out there. At number 9, we have Introduction to Nutrition, which is one of those courses that people tell me they finish in 4 hours. And right behind it at number 8, we have Health, Fitness, and Wellness, which is, from what I have read of the curriculum, it's slightly more exercise focused, whereas Introduction to Nutrition is obviously more nutrition focused, duh. But it's only got 13 chapters, 5 milestones, 1 touchstone, and that touchstone is basically making a 7-day personalized fitness plan. So like, how am I going to be healthy for the next 7 days? Based on, you know, the models or whatever they give you in the text. Again, you're writing about yourself. Nothing could be easier. And I'm going to give you a little bit of advice for these 3 particular courses that you could kind of clump together. Vegetables are good for you. Pizza is bad for you. Try to exercise. And sitting is the new smoking. What is smoking the new of? Anyway, at number 7, we have Introduction to Information Technology. If you've clicked with a mouse, if you've used a computer before, if you've connected to the Wi-Fi, a lot of this stuff is going to fit into place very, very quickly. And for those of you who are even the slightest bit techie, computery, nerdy kind of person, like, you probably know just about everything there already is in this course. Like, you can probably skip to most of the milestones and challenges and just do them. Partially because there are only 12 challenges, 5 milestones, and 0 touchstones. At number 6, we have Introduction to Business. And I hate to spoil this for people, but business is not that complicated. The smartest people in society are not the ones in business. They're going to be in other fields like my field, like English. Obviously, there is a lot to business. I mean, you've got lots of different aspects: management, finance, accounting. You've got product development, marketing, public relations. But Intro to Business basically just takes the absolute surface skim level of all those topics, and you just learn the easiest things about each one. It's not hard. Even smaller, at number 5, we have Macroeconomics. 9 challenges, 5 milestones, 0 touchstones. And macroeconomics is like if you took microeconomics, but you made it easier. Like, we're looking at big picture, theory level stuff. Like, have you ever heard of the law of supply and demand? We're going to talk about that a lot. We're going to look at models. We're going to talk about policy. We're going to talk about international money markets and all sorts of other cool macroeconomic-y buzzwords. My father-in-law is actually kind of an economist guy. I feel like he would probably die if he watches this video and hears me talk like that about his field. That would not be good. But nevertheless, a very easy course. At number 4, this is like the easiest science course you could dream of. Environmental science. We're talking 10 chapters / challenges, 5 milestones, 0 touchstones. A lot of this is about policy, preserving the earth. It's about just kind of understanding the big picture of how planet Earth works. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about air pollution and energy, climate change, ecosystem science, human population, agriculture, the history of the earth and life on Earth. Then we come up to a really short course with 8 challenges, 5 milestones, 0 touchstones, project management. And this is, yes, more business, and it is a more specialized, we're expecting to go deeper subtopic of business, but this course is very, very short, and generally what I hear from people is that they go through this super, super quick, easily under 4 hours. Yeah, listen to these unit titles. Unit number 1, beginning the project. Unit number 2, planning the project. 3, managing the project. 4, closing the project. It feels like they're basically just walking you through a process super quickly here. And I will say that, like, the more business-minded you are, the more of a planning type personality you are, the easier this will be. But even for those of you lovable goof-offs who don't know what you're going to be doing 15 minutes from now, maybe 3.5 hours from now, you're going to be passing this course. And it's really nice that this course fits into several schools' major areas for business degrees. Obviously, you could still put it in the free electives if they accept it, but if you can get a major area course out of Sophia, that is awesome. At number 2, slightly longer, but still easier, we have Art History 2. 11 challenges, only 4 milestones, which means there's only 3 modules in this. Good gosh, guys, this is an easy topic. Like, the other art history used to be up here, but they added a touchstone. This one doesn't have a touchstone. And I mean, this is a course you could knock out in like 3 hours or something. I mean, you don't even need a full 5-hour energy to finish this. Generally, the hardest thing about an art history course is having to memorize the eras and the names and the titles of the works of art and stuff like that. But when you're on Sophia and they don't have a touchstone and it's just an open book model of learning, not that hard. Speaking of which, should Sophia be allowed to do this? That's not really the question. The question is, should colleges accept these? And as long as colleges accept these at the level of difficulty and quickness that they are, there's no reason that you shouldn't keep using them. I know sometimes people's consciences get pinged. You know, college, we're supposed to be learning, we're supposed to be growing. And yes, those are all really good things. Nothing is saying that you can't go learn and grow, but college is, in 2024, a box that must be checked. And if you check it the quickest way you can, that's not dishonest and isn't illegal, you're actually growing and learning more than other people because you're smart enough to figure out how to do this in a way that doesn't take over your life and cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. That might be an exaggeration. Tens of thousands of dollars. And finally, we have the fastest, the easiest, and it is visual communications. 9 challenges, 4 milestones, 0 touchstones. I don't know if there's an easier course in the entire world even. Just listen to some of these topics that we go over. Examining basic visual design concepts. So we're recognizing key elements of visual design, identifying principles of visual design, distinguishing the principles and elements of design, explore color theory and its applications, analyze the role of design in visual communication, identifying the critical skills necessary for evaluating visual design work. I would say that on first glance, that sounds complicated, but you need to remember that this topic boils down into looking at pictures and figuring out what's going on. There are going to be some keywords in there even, but this is a communication course, which means that it's going to be a lot more focused on analysis. So I don't know, when you took standardized tests, if you ever have, sometimes the multiple choice where it's focused on memorizing a fact and being able to figure out what year something happened. Sometimes that's easier for some people who have really good memories. But for me, it was always, I loved questions where they're like, here's a poem, here's a picture, here's a graph, here's a chart. What do you think is the, and then, you know, ask a question about what's the meaning of the poem. I always found those to be a lot easier because it's mostly just common sense looking at it and figuring it out. And that's what a lot of the types of questions and the ideas in this course are going to be. So if you're hesitant about Sophia in any way whatsoever, you're not sure if this is a good fit for you, you feel like, oh, I don't know if I could do this, I don't know if I have time, just start from this list and do it backwards. Obviously, great to know that your school will accept it. And again, that's something that we can help you out with a consultation, link in the description, as we put together a plan, help you pick the school and the major that are the right fit for your career, and then give you step-by-step process so you don't do a lick extra bit of work, give you tips on how to get through these even faster, all that kind of good stuff. But you could just start going through these backwards and just seeing how it goes. You know, by the time you get to number 3, I guarantee you're going to be hooked and you're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to go for that college degree. If you take nothing else away from all of this, just remember that the easiest Sophia course for you, regardless of this list we just looked at, is going to be A, course that you're passionate about, B, a course that you're comfortable with or already know something about, and C, a course that fits into your degree plan. I got to hit that home. That's all I got. Guys, I hope that this has been helpful. Thank you for watching and happy hacking.